And we're back. Hopefully we are back with a bang between Mozambique and Lesotho. The first half was scoreless, but it was definitely not eventless. An assortment of talent and quality in this match, but someone is really yet to grab a hold of our imagination. The first sub, Manamatela, was also introduced before the start of the second interval in their first clash against Angola. And the very same tactical choice has been opted for by Sidwell Motea. So the players are raring to go. These two are locked at 0-0. And if this result stays as a scoreless scoreline, Angola will still remain at the top of the group, but they will share the top of the standings with Mozambique. As for Lesotho, they are on course to claim their first point at this year's Under-17 COSAFA Championships, but you would think that they want more than just a point. It's going to take something truly special, a near-flawless second-half performance. And this is the change that Mozambique, Luis Manuel Guerrero introduced. Abner Belane comes off, and in his stead is Kwisimise. There's a great strike. Dropped very kindly for Hlosongwane. Remember, he had that monumental moment in the first half, the moment that he didn't grab, but that really sailed into the top corner. He certainly caught it sweetly. And as for the matter across town in the ladies section, the Lesotho ladies team are also in action, and they have put 8 goals past Comoros, 8 unanswered goals in Soweto, none so far in Auckland Park in this clash between Mozambique and Likwena. There's Flojeng nearly running into some trouble, into some traffic. Neat from Hlosongwane, but it's not a sustainable attacking move from Lesotho. Seen a few of those in this match. There is their number 8 that has already been booked. Tries to win a foul, and he does so. He's made a good start to the second half, following up on that stinging attempt earlier on. Definitely up for the challenge. Can Lesotho win this contest and throw a real spanner in the works in this Group A? Definitely the underdogs in this Group A, currently occupying last spot, but that can change with a victory, which will push them up into second spot. So much to play for. Ketsi, and so much doubters to prove wrong from a Lesotho point of view as well. There's a substitute. Kwisimise getting involved. Flojeng gets his head on it, and that nearly caught Moleli out. Moleli was trying to anticipate the cross, moved across to his left-hand side, but Flojeng got his head to it and nearly nodded the ball into the back of his own net. Abdul Roroge asking all of the right questions for Mozambique. And they've got a corner kick here. An opportunity that they would likely want to make the most out of, considering the amount of towering figures they have within their ranks. Abdul Roroge. A little bit of additional airtime on the cross. There's a swing and a miss from Linho Makombe for Mozambique. Clips it across the face, but he was offside. Very tight call, a lot of bodies in the penalty area. He was well stationed as the linesman. It was exceptionally close. Lipiane was the last defender for Lesotho. Here's Flojeng. It's very simplistic. yet to yield a goal, yet to yield some dividends for Lesotho. Remember that Ngoko got their only goal against Angola, also hit the crossbar. And he rounded Kuku in the first half, put it on a plate for Hlohlongwane. Lesotho's number 8 couldn't convert. Is that a chance he, together with his teammates, will live to regret? And live to ponder what if. Makuakua had a rather subdued first 45, played within himself. He'll perhaps need to be a little bit more expressive in the second period. It's a neat touch from Charifo. We've seen a few of those from him. Ramalitse was leisure-like, and he's committed an unforced error. Matsimbe for Mozambique turns Ketsi, delivers a ball to Abdul Roroge. Good ball into the box, and it was nodded over by Charifo, who just seemed as if he didn't know a lot about that cross. Delivered to him at pace, and he just got his body all wrong. Didn't attack the cross as he perhaps should have, as he perhaps has during the training sessions. It's the type of chance a forward needs to grab with both hands. There's a spasm in the calf of Matsimbe. Probably just need to lie flat and wait for the agonizing pain of that spasm to leave his system. Conditions definitely playing their part. And it's been a full throttle kind of affair between these two sides. Not as physical as the game we witnessed between Comoros and Mauritius, but it is nonetheless very demanding from a physical aspect. And he's not the first player to be stretched off, nor will he be the last in this contest. So a bit of a muscle cramp for Matsimbe to try and conquer. And he'll hope not to exacerbate the issue. There's a good crowd in again today for this collision. The COSAFA Under-17 Championships, both the boys and the girls, really has been well supported by the locals and some of the travellers from afar. Ngome to Kuku. There is Kuku. Gets his laces through that one. Actually landed at the feet of Charifo, who couldn't quite make it stick. And Moleli rolls it out to Hlojeng. Ketsi plays at the base of that Lesotho midfield, and he does it really well. Ramalitse to Hlohlongwane, who's taken out by Salema. Easy decision for the referee, Negongo Naftal. It's clever play from the midfielder, teasing his opponent and just knocking it away when he knows the foul and the challenge will come. So this is a promising position for a free kick, and it really hinges on the type of delivery that Ketsi is able to produce. Needs to aim for that corridor of uncertainty. It's a wonderful ball. Just needed some more willing runners in behind, willing runners that just didn't arrive for Lesotho. They couldn't have asked for a better cross. And Makombe did well not to get a touch on that ball either. Lesotho have been one of the most frequent and prevalent teams in this competition, although they haven't quite been able to achieve real tangible regional success. They haven't really gotten close to AFCON qualification in the past. And the last time they entered this tournament, their fate was already sealed in the group phase. And they'll hope that fate doesn't repeat itself in 2024 in South Africa. Ramalitse, and then it's absolutely drilled against the head, so expect perhaps some concussionary tests. That ball was absolutely blasted. And Abdul Roroge feeling the after effects of that ball to the head. Strong clearance from Lipeane. And Abdul Roroge was just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just a bit of a debilitating knock. A little bit winded. But he's back on his feet. Abdul Roroge was very influential, very lively in the first half. Looked for answers, looked for combinations. And he's been one of two Mozambican players that have really tried to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Plays a very specific style of football. Not a system player at all, so to speak, is Abdul Roroge. Nakombe restarts the move for Mozambique. Here is Charifo. Man on the overlap, a man in the box. Kusimise! Calamity at the back. But Moleli, together with Ramalitse, get away with one massive scare. It was a rather simple ball into the box. And that could have ended up really badly for Lesotho. It would have been a tremendously peculiar way to concede, and a frustrating way to concede. Charifo. And as you can see on the bottom of your screen, there's an Angolan player down again. A number of them have struggled with their calf muscle. We saw Charifo and Lino suffer through a similar kind of pain in the first. But Salem is actually a new man. That has been forced to live through a bit of a muscle injury. It's been the name of the game in this game, and it's also been very prevalent throughout the competition, and I think he just overstretched, maybe. Very innocuous, very difficult to judge, and Luis Manuel Guerrero might be forced to make a substitution against his wishes. Kusimese. Good header clear from Slojeng. Threw himself at it. Loves the art of defending, does Slojeng. Mozambique seeking an upper hand in this match. You can really sense it in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Matimbe has recovered from his cramp, and then he pulls up again off screen. But Lesotho can attack nonetheless. Moko up against Ngome. Is the most likely to score and produce an impact for Lesotho. That one goes out for a goal kick. It was an Angolan turf, a player by the name of Matimbe, but a wasn't to know. And eventually, there's only so much you can do when you're confronted by 3 opposition players. So not for the first time in this game, Matimbe has gone down. Seems to be a recurring muscle cramp. And it's probably the wiser choice for Luis Manuel Guerrero to make the change, allow Matimbe to recover for their final group match. Can't afford for him to be absent in that last group match and perhaps even the semi-finals and perhaps even the final next Friday. Might be wishful thinking from a Mozambican point of view, but they'll certainly be hoping so. Sean Bartlett, former Cape Town Spurs head coach, now ambassador of COSAFA, taking notes down quite vigorously. Pisane Liana will replace Morena Masitela, whose impact has been severely limited, partly due to the tough and very rigid defense he's faced in this contest. It's not been a game for attackers. Ketsi, very brave header from Ketsi. Sosongwane, here is the substitute, trying to make an impact from the get-go. Sosongwane, speared ball into the box. And that's handy defending from Makuakua. Right start from the substitute. Lianya. Gome. Abdul Roge with his back to goal. Could only do that. Everything seems to be going through Abdul Roge. Everything positive from the Mozambican point of view. Lipiane, good ball from the centre half to set Lesotho off. They don't get very far with it. Makuakua to Abdul Roroge. Stern defensive work from Ramalitse. Ball down the line. Abdul Roge again has the last touch. So according to the schedule and the route to the Final Four, the winners of this Group A might be afforded a little bit of an advantage. Finish top of this group and you shall face the best runner-up. Of the competition. However, there have also been instances in which the best runner-up has also gone all the way to win the entire thing. So make of that what you will. And there is a world in which the two teams in this group could face one another for the second time during this championship. Salema as well. So they're going to lose their two midfielders on Mozambique. They're two holding defensive midfielders, two key cogs in the system of Luis Manuel Guerrero. So his hand is forced again. Salema has run his race. It's been a decent shift from him, decent afternoon's work. Now Mozambique are going to make another alteration. Oko. Motati. Can Lesotho capitalize on a slightly weaker Mozambican outfit, on a slightly weaker Mozambican midfield? Ketsi loses out, and then another player goes to ground but is bounced right back up. Really stinging challenge. Left something on. Kwisimese did Ketsi. Chance here then for Mozambique. Bounce into the box. Lesotho failed to clear their lines. Abdul Roge delivers from his weaker side, and surprise, surprise, Flojeng is in the way for Lesotho. A double change for Mozambique. Michel Fakwir, number 10, replacing that man, Salema. Remember, Fakwir captained the side against Malawi. As for the number 18, Sekou Kante, comes on to replace Matimba. So a new midfield duo for Mozambique. The number 10 nearly found a route through. So Michel Fakwir is definitely wanting to be the difference maker for Mozambique. He'll play slightly more advanced than Sekou Kante. Like his surname suggests, is more of a defensive midfielder. See the players together with the referee, their shirts are absolutely drenched in sweat. It's been a tough task to keep up the pace in this game. Kwisimese, two players in the box, now three for Mozambique. Lino tries to challenge in the air. So it seems like Lesotho are settling for counter-attacking opportunities. Mozambique have a little bit more energy, and that could be due to the substitutions that were made. Here's Ramali. Well, Fakwir picked up an injury against Malawi. one that he was still trying to get over. And he's playing with an injury this afternoon. The coach will hope that that won't be exacerbated. Moleli. Kusimese thought that one went out, and his suspicions were correct. Nino. Makua towards Kante. Sharifo is still in the box for Mozambique. Cedric. Moleli makes a good catch. Not the tallest goalkeeper, but he leaped up well and claimed very well in the end. We'll be hoping to keep that clean sheet intact. Look at Ngoko go. Forcing Ngome to put it out of play. It's relentless stuff from Lesotho's number 10. We'll be hoping for his second goal of the tournament. And he's got a little bit less than a half an hour to do exactly that. Motati throws it into the box towards Makupane. He can't flick it on into a more dangerous area. And this time it's Mozambique that will attack. 2v3 here. Lino spreads the play to the right-hand side. It's a disappointing Mozambican attack that loses its steam. Most importantly, they are still in control of possession. Fakwir. It's going to take him a while to get to grips with the game. Shosongwane needs to be careful when he's hovering on the ball like that, when he's got Kante breathing down his neck. Massive 23 minutes of normal time to go, especially for Kante, who will look to defend sternly. And then also, he'll definitely be looking to get on the end of a few crosses in the box. Here goes Lesotho, a player goes down in the box. That player being the substitute, Lianya. Their appeals fall on deaf ears. Ajeng. He's been a great watch this afternoon, Sojeng. Lesotho go on to not concede. He'll probably be awarded with the Man of the Match award. It's the kind of leader that Lesotho have needed. Bikwa. Shosongwane. Oko now. Pass option to the right-hand side. Manamatela. Manamatela loses out to a very observant Cedric. And a very focused one. Lino. Lesotho have enough bodies back. Michel Fakwir. So will something give? Will someone crack under the pressure? there be something special? Will someone provide a moment of pure class? Or are we about to witness the second 0-0 draw of the competition after Mauritius and Comoros yesterday? Ketsi looks to move Lesotho forwards. Manamatela doesn't get there in time. Instead, he's beaten to it by Makombe. Can't spot Linyo. Motati. Makupane lifts his head, finds Manamatela, who takes it down exquisitely. It's great stuff from Manamatela. Not great at all from Sosongwane. Kusimese. Quite a number of Mozambican substitutes out in the park now. Lesotho and their coach Cedric Mutea just waiting until they make a few more changes, just like they did against Angola. Those last few changes in the final 10 or 5 minutes definitely yielded some success. Here's Kuku of Mozambique. Mozambique and their under-17 group of 2 years ago failed to progress out of the group phase in Malawi. It's a fate that they would be adamant to avoid in 2024. The last time Mozambique did feature in the Final Four was 5 years ago when they defeated Eswatini in the semi-finals, but became unstuck against the Zambian champions, who also made a riveting start to this competition just yesterday. Look at him go. The first time I've seen something like that. That's what you like to see. A good chuckle before the cooling break. Nepiane seemed to be in a world of pain before jumping right back up. So this is a very crucial few seconds, few moments that the coaches will share with their players as we approach the final quarter of this contest between Mozambique and Lesotho. Neither team have really been willing to go all out in an attacking sense. They've just played within their shell a little bit. As for the Lesotho players, enjoying a sip or two of water. So important for these young lads to remain hydrated and to remain motivated, because 3 points are indeed still on the line. 3 points for Lesotho will see them shoot up to second in the group. But if they lose, they are likely to make an early exit from this competition. A draw would keep them in the competition, and it will mean that they'll have to win their final group match against Malawi for any chance of progressing into the Final Four. Another sub then for Lesotho. Kalache, the man who started the last game against Angola, replaces Motati. So Motati is a left fullback, Kalache a midfielder, defensive midfielder, so all the new substitutes will fill the role of a left fullback, or will he invert into the midfield to provide additional support? Only time will reveal the answer. Speaking about an answer, can Mozambique find one? Can they score first, just like they did against Malawi on Wednesday? Abdul Roroge, a lot of hang time on the cross. It was blocked by Flojeng just in front of his goalkeeper, who also had it covered. Really sense an opportunity from set pieces. Can Mozambique? Jeng has been a marvelous watch, not only in this game but against Angola as well, putting his name in the hat with regards to being the best 11 of the group phase in this competition. But it's still a little bit too early to make those assumptions. Disappointing corner second time around from Abdul Roroge. It's Kalache. do share one unfortunate commonality, and that is that both nations have been in and out of this tournament in years gone by. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder, and their absence has increased their appetite for success, and Mozambique's appetite for a goal has also increased in the last few minutes. Lesotho's last outing in this tournament ended abruptly. Remember when they finished last in a group that contained Zambia and Eswatini? Good ball in, and an excellent save, I think it was, from Moleli. Got a good left hand on it, and then it's drilled in from Kwisimese, who's seeking to recycle the attack for Mozambique. They've got a lot of bodies in the attacking third. This could be their chance. Spin, and then a strike from Linho is wildly wide. As dangerous as Mozambique have been from the set piece, Lesotho have been just as astute at the back. Mozambique were appealing for a penalty. The goalkeeper got the first touch, but I think the Mozambican players thought that Makupane got a touch on the ball. Here's Ngoko for Lesotho. He goes to ground. He wants a penalty this time around. No penalty there, no penalty here. He's going to have to take something a little bit more than that, and that's what happened. He left his leg there, in there, did Ngoko, perhaps just waiting for a touch, and when he felt it, threw himself to the ground. So perhaps a little bit too soft, but the goalkeeper here, Kuku, decides to go full Edison and gets away with it. There's a reason why goalkeepers aren't outfield players, and that's probably why. But he did enough there. Handled the situation quite well in the end, did Kuku. Not the strongest throw there from Kalache. Here come Mozambique though. Sniffing blood here with Charifo. It does keep the move alive. Chance! And it's no surprise once more that Flojeng threw himself in harm's way. Linho caught it quite well. Himself and the Lesotho captain Flojeng on their backs in the penalty box. Charifo did exceptionally well to keep it in. And then on the half volley, Linho tried his luck. Who needs a goalkeeper when you have Flojeng? That's a great block. Not too sure what the issue is here for Linho. Just might be muscle fatigue, generally speaking. As for Flojeng, there's no doubt that he's still feeling the after effects of that ball hitting his head. Similar happened earlier on when the ball clattered against the head of Matimbe. But that was a massive opportunity, and I think it was goal bound from Linho. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of team Mozambique field in their final group match. Will be against Angola. It will be a very tantalizing fixture. Flojeng, he's been an absolute warrior for Lesotho this afternoon. A warrior in every sense of the word. And as the cliche goes, this captain has most definitely led from the front. He's set an exceptionally high standard. So not only are Mozambique and Lesotho stationed in the same group in the men's section, but their ladies teams are also paired alongside one another. And both of their ladies teams won their first match and look well poised to enter into the semi-final stage. Question is, will one of these two progress into the final four? win for either one of them would definitely instill them with quite a bit of belief. Here's Makua Kua. Does well, does Makua Kua. Better than well, in fact. Headed out from Makupane for Lesotho. Here's Kwisimise. Abdul Roroge opens up the angle, delivers across with his left boot. Moleli called it early and caught it well. And this is how Lesotho have chosen to attack. A simple long ball from the goalkeeper, collected by Ngoko. The attack is once again halted by Mozambique. Lesotho perhaps need to mix it up a little bit more. There's Ngoko sandwiched between two Mozambican players. Any mistake now will be so costly. Lipeane just toe punts it to Charifo. There's another stoppage here. And it's that man Linho. Michel Faquir, the substitute, will be substituted and will be replaced by Kenzo McHugh. It's not often that you see that substitute being substituted, but he's got so many injuries to contend with, does Luis Manuel Guerrero. And the other change is Lebanon Timbe. He will step in for Abdul Roroge. Sees his number on the board, but really doesn't want to make his way off the field of play. Or is it the wrong man? So some confusion here. And it seems like against his wishes, Abdul Roroge makes his way off the field of play. And of course, in his place is Timbe. Here is Timbe. Great ball from the substitute. Almost producing an instant impact. Moleli drills it beyond the halfway line. The Mozambican head coach, Luis Manuel Guerrero, putting a lot of hope and faith into his plethora of substitutions. Timbe produced a good ball to Charifo, who really should have made more of that moment. Nonetheless, good goalkeeping again from Moleli. Would have been disappointed in the fashion in which he conceded the first Angolan goal on Wednesday afternoon. But he's been very composed this afternoon. The type of goalkeeping performance that has been difficult to critique, impossible to critique. As for the attacks of both teams, they'll have to sharpen up before their final group collisions. Charifo. Flojeng gets the last touch before it goes out of play, or no, did it come off an Angolan player? Well, this one, Michel Faquir got a yellow card before he was substituted. Hasn't been his tournament so far. Free kick for Mozambique, cleverly manufactured by Kwisimise. He just used all of his football IQ to get the better of Kalache. Just guiding it around the corner and simply waiting for the contact. In terms of fouls, it's 12-10. In terms of the scoreline, it's still 0-0 between Mozambique and Lesotho. But is that to change right now? Makua Kua puts in a really good delivery into the box, and it evades everyone. Mind you, Lesotho probably got the last touch on that one. Such a great delivery in from Makua Kua. And the last touch might have come off Ngoko. Another set piece for Mozambique. Another disappointing set piece for the men in red. Now they'll have to turn attack into defense. Zojeng, off his knee, then off his left boot. Then onto the chest of Kante. So surprised to see Lino is still on the field of play, gingerly making his way around the turf. Here he is, Lino. Then he goes to ground after failing to make contact with that pass. Makuakua goes for goal. Easy pickings for Moleli, who kicks it out of his hands. Here's Ngoko in a physical confrontation with Cedric. Cedric goes to ground, but only after he managed to get his clearance away. Kalache squeezes out a good ball to Slotlongwane, who turns in the middle, turns to no real good effect. Makupane also runs into red traffic. But the same happens with Mozambique. Oko nearly got there ahead of Cedric. Didn't. And here come Lesotho. They've been defending for the most part of the last 15 minutes. And now they are going to be presented with a promising set piece opportunity and a prime piece of real estate. And again, Cedric took the bait. Really don't want to give a free kick away in that position with 86 minutes on the clock. And it seems like Ketsi will be the one that's going to take this free kick for Lesotho. It's been a tough attacking afternoon for both Mozambique and Lesotho. But one just suspects that there might be a final twist in the tail. A goal now would send one of these two teams into a state of pure joy, pure elation. And the interesting thing is here, whether or not Ketsi will choose to just clip it into the penalty area, or perhaps will he look to drive it in towards the front post region and look to catch Kuku off guard. He might even decide to play it short. Options aplenty for Ketsi. Is this his moment? Is this Lesotho's moment? Ketsi, good ball in! A lot of pace on the delivery, but it's not tucked away. It wasn't tucked away from Mana Matela, who was unmarked in the middle, the little man, and went with a very difficult lace technique when he perhaps should have just side booted that one in on the instep. Timbe. Lino gives chase, despite being injured. And then I think because of the injury, that one just goes beyond his touch. Aside and apart from this youth tournament, some may be aware of the fact that the Mozambican and Lesotho senior sides are still very capable and well positioned to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Although Mozambique are slightly better positioned to do so. Mozambique here are slightly better positioned to conjure up the opener. It's a brilliant block from Ramalitse, who had to come across from the right fullback slot into the centre-back role and put in a really good block off the backside of his shoulder from Lino, because that header was definitely, again, goal-bound. It's been a gutsy defensive performance from Lesotho. Makuakua, ball into the box. Moleli got a fingertip to it, and then it's drilled again, claimed again from Moleli. And then he yanks it out. Good double stop from the man in yellow. Songwane tries to get the ball back from Kwisimese. Mozambique conceded late on. Can they score late on? Yeah! Trying to pull a Malawi on themselves. And another moment goes a-begging for Lebanon Timbe. Makua Kua has looked very impressive in the last quarter of an hour. He's produced a handful of opportunities for Mozambique, and on another day he could have been an assist maker, not once but twice. Again, although it's 0-0, these two sides have been presented with glorious moments to score. Makombe gives that kick the lot. Charifo. Commits a foul after giving it away. Lojeng to Makopane. That is what all remains in this game. 4 minutes to go in this contest between Mozambique and Lesotho. The second round of fixtures in Group A will come to an end in 4 minutes time. Less than 4 minutes time now. Cedric Lino waiting for that one to drop. Lojeng waiting for it to drop. And he dealt with it expertly. So unlike today, tomorrow, in other words, day 4 of this competition will churn out 4 fantastic fixtures. Namibia versus Eswatini and Zambia versus Zimbabwe are the 2 tantalizing tussles that will take place in Soweto. Whereas this round, it's 2 very significant matches in Group C that will kick off, starting with Botswana versus Mauritius at noon and South Africa versus Comoros straight after. As for this main event on this fateful Friday afternoon, the opener is still yet to be conjured up between Mozambique and Lesotho, and this is the man that will probably start their final group game, Timbe. The Mozambicans' final and most vital Group A encounter will take place on Sunday afternoon on this very patch of grass. Together with Angola, those 2 nations will close out the weekend's events. And just like their Mozambican foes, Lesotho will take to the field again on Sunday, but the battleground will instead be in Soweto. Kuku watches that one into his breadbasket. Malawi is the team Lesotho have to defeat if they wish to travel back home with a scalp and some additional pride. Free kick goes the other way. A lot of credit needs to go to Lino. He's soldiered on, played through so much pain, and he could have actually scored if it wasn't for that block from Ramalitse 5 minutes or so ago. But these young men are hungry, despite any injuries they may face. That looked dangerous just for a brief second. But Mondlane makes a good catch again from that chance from Kante. Here come Lesotho then with Makupane. And Manamatela is offside. So once the curtains draw close on today's event,